Hello everybody, and welcome to the Untitled Amiibo Training Series Tournament Finale for Season 2. I am joined once again by...
Dover of your New Doverport Trade Commission. Happy to be here as always.
Happy to have you. I know we're on a tiny bit of a time crunch, so let's go ahead and get this show on the road.
Alright, so what can we expect today?
Well, today we have 32 new fighters that we've trained this season. Some of them have become really formidable, and others you might even recognize from some of our old tournaments back last year. We have Hilda, Courage, Oliver and Company, Futaba, Sonic, who you will remember from the old tournaments, my rival, Fluffy Puff, also from the old tournaments, Fahokwa Gods, Chomps, and Franklin, both from the old tournaments, Wah, Goodfella, Tilda, Power, Undertale, Dreadwolf, Greg, These Hands, Disney Whirl, Best Boy from the old tournament, Idris Elba, Dr. Wahoo from the old tournaments, Third Matt, Fourth Matt, Doombell, Mr. Roboto from the old tournament, Lauren, who you definitely know from the old tournament.
Yes, I do.
We also have Jim and Tim, Jay Saltzman,
My boy!
Danny Don, Milda, and Wisdom.
Hey, I just want to let you know, just that Sonic on the left side, that's not actually Sonic, that's Lucas.
We've been through this story before. When I looked on eBay for a Sonic amiibo, I kept finding Lucas's in the result.
Alright, that's correct.
This is record. Shit, it's not recording.
3, 2, 1, go!
And away we go.
So Milda started out with a green shell, but she kind of wasted it.
Oh, let's think about boomerangs. They go both ways.
Oh,
Well,
that is Power out one. Oh, and also the naming convention, all the Zelda names rhyme, and all the Link names are named after pieces of the Triforce.
meanwhile, Zelda's just like, you're just trying to shoot me in the face with an arrow? A little bit.
Yeah, maybe. Speaking of the Triforce.
Ooh. Well,
Okay.
score's even up now.
Young Link is having the hardest time aiming all of this stuff. Okay, well maybe not. He just landed 2 good arrows on her. 3 good arrows. 4 good arrows. Also find it kind of ironic our first fight is on Final Destination. Oh, also speaking of the Triforce.
Well, that'll do it.
Okay, so that is a point for Zelda.
I was going to say, isn't it a little weird that Link's major form of offense during that fight was shooting a bow when that's kind of Zelda's thing?
That is a little ironic, you're right. Alright, next up we have Oliver and Company versus Futaba. So Olimar is built as basically just another glass cannon character where apparently his Pikmin count as weapons, so I just buffed his weapon attack to a ridiculous amount and then gave him as little defense as possible.
Meanwhile, we got Futaba, the Splattener.
She has to keep an eye on her ink levels. Oh, she takes first stock and taunted immediately after. Oh, and she is the first one with a final smash. Although he's the first one to pull his.
I mean, that did not connect, and this is not a great position for Olimar to be in.
Not at all. A direct hit to the face. And then got blasted out of it.
Ooh! Wow.
All it took was one good hit.
It's true.
But I guess all it took was one good hit for her, too. Alright, Futaba. You and your gamer shoes.
Oliver even awake for that fight?
I don't know, he seemed a little drowsy.
He's a little drowsy even now. Of course, then again, the concussion might help with that.
Okay, so now we have a Sonic versus Mario, but not in the way anybody would expect.
Looking at this on paper, it is the character that you hate playing mechanically versus the character who actively seems to go out of their way to get your goat.
Pretty much, yeah. There's just kind of another layer to that too, where, like you pointed out, I don't like playing as Lucas in this game. Ironically enough, I also hate playing Sonic games. That said, I do actually like the Sonic character.
Well,
and I do enjoy the Sonic movies.
yeah, like just the Sonic universe is a fun thing to mess around with, but playing the games, your mileage may vary.
Yeah, like I'm sure there are some great Sonic games out there that are a lot of fun. I liked Sonic Frontiers for about the first 2 worlds.
Yeah, 3D Sonics are just kind of a coin flip.
I've heard Sonic Mania is really good, because that was just like the classic Sonic, but done a little bit better for modern games.
Yeah, it's kind of amazing that they have this weird new renaissance of, well, funny I use that word, Final Fantasy Renaissance is a from-the-ground-up Unity remake of the original Final Fantasy game with all kinds of bells and whistles added, and it's a really good product. And made for free, might I add. And then somebody did the exact same thing with Legend of Zelda 2, and it's called Legend of Zelda 2 Remastered.
I hadn't heard about the Zelda 2 one.
Yeah.
That sounds interesting. I really like Zelda 2.
I only heard of it recently, but yeah, they basically rebuilt Zelda 2 from the ground up with all kinds of different... They have like different spells, different dungeons. Everything is from the ground up rebuilt. Stuff that you might know already. Like you might memorize the game, or you might know the game completely, but they have completely changed everything so that it resembles what it was, but it's not the same. But back to this.
That's a real big back and forth.
It's kind of hard to tell who has the advantage.
I honestly don't know who's ahead. Oh, he was chasing her with that.
Yeah. That's what I never liked about this kind of character, is that those moves that you have to control by yourself, the computer is just going to be better at it.
Yeah, I cannot, for the life of me, cannot do PK Thunder whenever I try to play.
And most of his offense is kind of geared around that.
Yeah, exactly. Same with Ness. Oh. How did Peach survive that?
I don't know.
I thought she was dead for sure.
Well, that'll do it.
Yeah.
May you have better luck in Showtime.
No kidding. I kind of predict that if they do make another Smash game in the future, they will probably completely overhaul Peach in that game to be more like Showtime.
That would make sense, and I don't know, I've watched the first few, I've watched the demo of that game, and it really does look fun. Cute, and probably not super involved, but it looks charming enough.
Yeah. Also, I accidentally started the fight. We didn't do an intro for this, but it's fine. It's the strong bad round. Fluffy Puff Marshmallows versus Fahogwa Gods.
Made from the best stuff versus To the Limit.
A fun detail. Like, you already know this, but I did not specifically call it out in the episode when I recorded.
Yeah?
So, I actually recorded Cloud's episode completely under the name Nimbus, and it was fun and everything, but then later that night, like, right as I was about to go to bed, I realized how much of a missed opportunity it was to just name him Fahogwa Gods.
Yeah!
So I completely redid his entire episode from scratch just so I could name him Fahogwa Gods.
Like most of what Cloud does, his achievements are very... Oh, jeez.
Oh, was not expecting that so soon.
Thing, I was just about to make fun of Cloud, and he's like, oh, no, you don't. And he just mashes Kirby right out of the park. I gotta say this, and I think I've said it before, but Kirby's such a good sport. He just, like...
He's happy to be there.
Yeah, he's just happy to be there. Of course, then again, you know who's not happy to have him there? The concession stand.
True. He'll just eat everything all at once.
Including the workers at the concession stand and the money.
Alright, we got some reptilian fighters here now between Chomps and Franklin. I mean, Yoshi's kind of a dinosaur, right?
A little bit. I mean, technically, he showed up in Super Mario World, and the cartoon of Super Mario World took place in like a weird prehistoric situation. So, yeah, he kind of has to be a dinosaur, doesn't he?
I guess so. Also, when you talk about that Super Mario World cartoon, still to this day, a little bit disappointed that they just introduced an original character with that little caveman boy and just got rid of Toad.
You're talking about Uktar, and Yeah.
I couldn't think of his name. That's it. Yeah.
I didn't even remember that Toad was missing, but yeah, you're right. They straight up pulled a Rizzo. What the hell is that prawn's name?
Pepe.
Yeah, Pepe Rizzo situation.
Yeah. Though I will say, Muppets Most Wanted, the one joke that made me laugh the hardest was the part where, like, they mentioned that Walter was missing, and, like, everybody was like, well, we gotta go look for him, and then Rizzo said something to the effect of, he's probably just left because before long he'll be replaced by another new side character, and he's like, alright, let's get out of here, Robin.
Yeah. Yeah. Same.
Rizzo and Robin, the only appearance they had in that movie was to make a joke about how they were replaced.
Yeah. Like, that one was hilarious and also kind of depressing.
That was a good one.
Alright, well,
Here we go.
looks like this is gonna do it for Frankie.
That was so fast. We didn't even talk about the fight. We just talked about the Muppets.
We didn't get time! I mean, to be fair to us, you tell me when the Muppets aren't worth talking about, other than,
Also
I don't
true.
know, when you're on the board of Disney directors.
Wario and Goodfella.
Oh god. Will Wario come out with the W, or will Wario go the way of Chunky?
Oh, there's a little slime in the background. Oh, it just jumped off the edge.
See, I know so little about modern day Dragon Warrior, or Dragon Quest, that, this went right past me. I'm like, oh, this must be like a Breath of the Wild stage. Nope.
I mean, it does have a certain Breath of the Wild kind of aesthetic to it, doesn't it?
Floating Tree Island, why not?
I honestly can't tell who's winning.
Yep, now we can.
Okay, I can now tell who's winning.
I mean, he is a capable fighter, but in many ways, Wario feels like the Dan Hibiki of the Smash Brothers world. And I don't know if that's a reference that... so Dan Hibiki, Street Fighter character, is like a parody character. He's like a joke character.
And that's essentially what Wario started out as, at least.
Obey Wario, destroy Mario. Alright.
I guess he won out.
You know, now that I think about it, Wario doing some crime or something, stealing the bananas and gaining the ire of the Kong Mafia does feel like a Wario game in earnest. Like you're fighting against Donkey Kong after, I feel... Nintendo, listen up.
Make it happen. I would play it.
Yeah. Alright, well, the second, I believe, of 3.
Yep.
Let's see if Courage can do any better than his predecessor. Well, Power has never done anybody any good. I mean, how often does Ganon win, aside from that one timeline? Don't answer
Yeah,
that.
exactly. That was like his one crowning achievement.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is about Toon Link amiibos, but both of my Toon Link amiibos, they just love throwing bombs. It's like their favorite thing.
I mean,
All they need is lamp oil and rope.
if I had the option of just hucking explosives at people with absolutely no repercussions, or... I can't see that's not what I would do.
Like, he just has infinite bombs.
And she has infinite suits of animated armor.
I guess so. That's her favorite move. It's interestingly enough, Zelda has a move that can reflect any projectiles, and she's kind of forgotten that she has it.
Where's Ryan George when you need him? Well, she has a barrier that can reflect any projectiles, and most of Link's abilities are based on projectiles. That's going to be a really hard fight for him to win. Actually, it'll be super easy, barely an inconvenience. Oh, really? Well, she just sort of forgets that she has it.
That's fair.
How would she forget? Is she supposed to be really smart? Well, that's why I wrote here.
I wish there was, like, a video game pitch meeting.
I'm surprised that he hasn't branched out.
Yeah.
But then again, I guess you can really only know or do so much with... I mean, he's fully invested himself in movies and such, and television series, so we can't ask him to know everything there is to know about, like, video games also.
Right. Oh, there she reflected the boomerang again.
Well, wait a minute. All we gotta do is just wait for Legend of Zelda movie or Netflix series to pop up.
Yeah, and then there will be a Zelda pitch meeting, I'm sure. Isn't that in the works?
Oh,
Isn't someone making a Legend of Zelda movie?
That's what I thought I heard. All right, and Courage tying it up.
That's one Zelda, one Link. So now we have two Gunner characters going at each other. The Mii Gunner and the Wolf.
No, Wolf's got home field advantage, but the other one is Sans.
Yeah, who knows? Like, it is still kind of crazy to me that there's even any Undertale representation in this game. That one seemed a little out of left field for me, but
yeah,
with the popularity of Undertale, I guess it does still kind of make sense.
It's true. And let's be honest, the Cadence of Hyrule was a thing. Yeah, Wolf O'Donnell, you're going to have to... You seem to have a bit of an uphill battle ahead of you here.
Yeah, he's taking a lot of heavy hits.
He's out of stock.
I don't think he's been hit yet on this stock, so he might be able to pull this off. Okay, there you go, a couple good hits, and...
Oh! Ooh. That's a little too easy to me, I don't know.
Well, as Sans says, he had a bad time.
He did. Alright.
We got some Pokemon fighting this time, between Greg and these hands.
These hands versus that tongue.
Wait, that's Greninja's tongue?
Yep, it's his tongue wrapped around him like a scarf.
I mean, you know I'm not, like, super knowledgeable about Pokemon, but how did I never figure that out? Because he is kind of like a frog, isn't he?
Yep, he is. He's a, I think maybe if you saw his evolutionary line, that would have been more apparent. Well, I mean, his hands are kind of a giveaway, but... Ooh! 1v1.
Lucario bringing it back.
He was obliterated.
Another thing it always comes back to with us, Yellow Submarine.
It's true! I was gonna say, I was literally about to say, it either comes back to the Muppets or the Beatles, and then the opportunity presented itself.
Yeah, Muppets, the Beatles, and Strong Bad.
Ooh!
Alright, Greg moves on.
Greninja. Alright.
Alright, some spiky-haired boys going at it. You know, Sora is the reason there even is a Season 2 of this show. I wasn't gonna do another season, but I think the day we recorded our tournament for Season 1 was the day they announced that there was going to be a Sora amiibo. So that kind of made the determination that day.
There you go. That's some offense there, Roy.
Yeah, keep him up there.
Ooh!
Oh,
dang.
Good job, Roy.
With authority.
Oh, and a nice dodge. He's actually pretty good at dodging, isn't he?
Yeah. It was just almost as if the first part of the fight was just Sora darting all over the place, flailing around, and just dexteritying the hell out of him. But then he's just like, you know what? No, I gotta focus here.
Yeah.
Alright, well, one-on-one. It's anyone's game.
I also find one thing kind of hilarious about Roy is that he was added into Smash before his game actually came out.
Ooh.
And as a result, he's like this big, heavy hitter, strong man character. When in his own game, he's actually kind of a mild-mannered, like, only fights because he has to, not because he wants to.
He is a martial pacifist, I suppose.
Yeah, he's like the exact opposite of his Smash iteration.
It's almost as if somebody didn't do any research at all.
Yeah, because both games, I think it was Melee he was added in, both games were in development at the same time, and they were just kind of like, well, we're putting Marth into the game. Do you have any other Fire Emblem characters? Well, there's this guy from this one we're working on. Say no more. Speaking of heavy hitters, we have Knuckles and Dr. Wahoo.
Dr. Wahoo being the best performing Mario amiibo that we have ever seen, despite not being an actual Mario.
In Smash, there's the concept of the Echo Fighter, who is essentially like the same exact fighter, but it's a different character, and they might have slightly different moves, but they function and control pretty much exactly the same.
Like Bayonetta and the Ice Climbers.
I don't think that's exactly right, but like Simon and Richter,
Oh,
they
yeah.
control the exact same, or Peach and Daisy kind of thing. Somehow, Dr. Mario is not an Echo Fighter of Mario, despite being a literal definition of an Echo Fighter.
Didn't he used to be? Like, he was pretty much the exact same Mario, and except that his fireballs were replaced by pills.
He was introduced before Echo Fighters were truly a thing, so he was never retroactively made an Echo Fighter. The same way with, like, the Links aren't Echo Fighters of each other, even though they also control the exact same way as each other, with, like, very minor differences. Like, Toon Link is slightly faster, Adult Link has a slightly different bomb setup. Also, that fight was also really fast.
I kind of missed when they lost their first stock.
I think you have a very vested interest in this fight, don't you?
I do. It's my boy versus...
Like the alternate version of Our Boy.
Yeah.
The Netflix adaptation of Dan Don's Tourney.
Yes.
They're both pretty good, but if I had to put my money on either of them, I do think Game & Watch is probably going to get this.
I mean, you know my views.
I do. But, I mean, just look at how well he's doing so far. I'm not sure he's been hit yet.
It's true.
Oh, there he's been hit. Charizard is the first one who's actually, like, doing significant damage to him.
Ooh! How ironic, he
There
hit
he
him with the
goes.
torch.
Yeah. Fire is effective against fire, apparently. I was gonna say,
Uh-oh.
the final smash is going down. But now he's giant Game & Watch.
Dang!
Again with the torch.
He was not joking around.
I always like to imagine, like, whenever he gets big during the fights, he just starts shouting, "And another thing!" Only 87%? I kind of skipped past it there at the end, but Pokemon Trainer only did 87% damage to him.
I don't know what it is, if this Pokemon Trainer is kind of a lower tier character, but it never seems to perform well. Alright, speaking of people who are not generally known for performing well.
We're gonna have to see if it was worth all the retraining for Lauren here, aren't we?
Yeah. I was gonna say, whether or not she seems to be... Well, no, she's getting in there. She's actually fighting.
She's doing us proud, finally. Took her long enough. That was ridiculous in the old tournaments where she basically won by doing nothing. I mean, thank goodness she didn't actually win.
Yeah.
Pikachu did not disappoint us in the very last battle.
Ah, man, that was a... Well, we can't waste our time thinking about the old. Ooh. Hard-fought victory.
Emphasis on the word fought. She actually fought this time.
100%.
Alright, now it's time for the last Zeldas and the last Link.
Let's see who comes out on top.
I don't know how none of those sword swipes didn't hit her.
Ugh. One is Zelda, one is Link, one goes to hell, one goes to the clink. I don't know. Ignore that.
An attempt was made, and I appreciate it.
What the hell is that, a Pal Sphere?
That's the Breath of the Wild bomb.
Ah,
Of the 3 Zelda and Link fights we've had so far, I think this one has been the least entertaining.
yeah.
There's not a lot actually happening.
Come on, Hilda, I'm gonna need you to step up your game.
It's a little ironic, too, because usually of the 3 Links we have here, Wisdom is pretty consistent, and he just isn't today.
Yeah, I think I see the way the wind is blowing on this one.
Yeah.
Dang,
Okay.
didn't even use his final smash.
Surprisingly, Link pulled it off, and when it comes to Link versus Zelda, I guess Link wins.
Yeah.
Not that
I mean-
people don't confuse which one Zelda is anyway.
Yep, Zelda is still the one in the title.
Alright, we have some Crom to do. I don't know why. In my head, that sounded better like we have crime to do, but...
There aren't nowhere you can turn to, Cromer. We know you did them Croms. I'm not did them Croms. I'm did all of them.
Gave him the most ridiculous voice, too. Oh, that might be curtains for Crom already.
Ooh!
One of the worst recoveries in the game, because he can only go straight up and straight down.
I would say that is not a recovery, that is a committal.
Being close to the edge is not where you want to be, Crom. Also,
Nope.
jumping off the edge is not what you want to do, Crom.
Ooh!
Okay.
Okay, alright.
He's bringing it back on his own terms. And he's got a good final smash.
I'm mad!
Oh, that's not good for Crom. Oh,
Ooh! That
he was like pixels away from death, and then he died anyway.
You know, I'm not sure if the right person won that match.
So now, sound the doom bell, because Isabelle is one of the scariest amiibos that I've created.
And now she must contend with the Mr. Roboto. You know, I wonder what would happen if Nintendo were to release a new Rob with new games and just... You know how they have the Nintendo Classic Edition and all that?
Yeah. If they made like a Nintendo Classic Edition, but like Rob.
Yeah. And even better, make a Nintendo Classic Edition of Rob, but then add the software into his eyes where you can use the head like a Virtual Boy.
Ooh, yeah.
Like, it would still be the intolerable headache-inducing red nightmare that is the Virtual Boy, or the Virtual Boy, but it would be attached to, like, Rob and all the games that came with that. So, it would be a treasure trove for us nostalgia people.
Yeah. There weren't very many games that Rob was compatible with to begin with.
All I remember was
But
that...
he's had such a legacy.
Yeah. I mean, he's in this game.
He's in this game. He was in one of the Mario Kart games. I literally have a poster on my wall back behind me that's like the retro Nintendo console. It has like the controllers, it has the Duck Hunt gun, and it has Rob on it.
Oh.
I guess maybe I didn't need to be afraid of Isabelle.
The takeover of AI has begun.
Oh no.
They can't draw hands, but they can sure throw them.
Round 2.
Alright. Zelda and Inkling. Is this the only remaining Zelda?
I believe so, because, yeah, Link won the best of 3.
That's true, this would be the only Zelda left. We'll have to see how she does. Oh. I love how the Inkling did like a triumphant taunt there, but then just immediately got sucked up into the final smash.
That's what happened. That's hubris for you.
Yep. Your hubris.
I've never played any of the Splatoon games or anything, so
Neither have I.
it's a little... Are they... Nope, Zelda's out.
Yep, Zelda's gone.
Inkling wins.
Sonic versus Fahogwagods.
Alright.
Yeah. Ooh.
Goodbye.
Got him far enough off stage that he couldn't recover either.
Funny thing is that both of these characters are, like... Well, I don't want to say whiny, but they're both emo characters. But one of them deserves to be an emo character because just their entire world was destroyed before their eyes. The other one just...
The other one is just edgy because edgy.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy is having the hardest time moving on from Cloud.
Yeah. Especially now that they're doing Final Fantasy VII Remake 2, blah, blah, blah.
Final Fantasy VII Remake 2 Electric Boogaloo.
Yes. Ah, unfortunate.
Sonic's face.
Just what?
Okay. K. Rool versus Wario. Two heavyweights, I guess.
This is an interesting pairing. I mean, they're both kind of second-tier villain types. Although it's weird because, well, I guess K. Rool would be Donkey Kong's Bowser.
Yeah.
Let me try and Kevin Bacon this. Wario is a rival to Mario, but not as much so as Bowser. So, like, Bowser is Mario's main... I mean, well, wait a minute, because Donkey Kong is also a rival to Mario.
Right, but
and
Donkey Kong is, like, a rival, but also sometimes an ally.
Right.
Bowser has not really done that often.
Well, I guess that goes to show that a rival of a rival is superior to a second-tier rival in Wario to... forget it.
Alright. Link versus Undertale.
Alright, well, without Zelda in the picture anymore...
His name may be Courage, but he's going to need some determination for this fight.
I see what you did there. Heck happened there?
I don't even know.
Ooh.
That was pretty definitive. I'm also kind of debating when I'm editing this. Should every fight that Sans is in just have Megalovania as the music? Like, should it just supersede everything?
No. I've decided that, well, Megalovania may supersede everything else. The moon theme from the DuckTales soundtrack does supersede Megalovania.
I feel like that'd be too easy.
Yeah, it's an easy joke, but I don't know.
The first solid hit that Link has gotten all fight, really.
Yeah, really. Oh, he almost managed to outrun that. That did give him the final of his own. If he would stop throwing bombs for half a second and use it.
Well, there's that then.
There it is.
Mii Gunner seems to be a potent force in this tournament.
Surprisingly so. Alright, second half of the board. Greg versus Roy.
I don't know. My money's gonna have to go on Roy.
I think mine would too. What Pokemon generation is Greninja from?
He was, I believe, from the Kalosian generation, which is Pokemon XY. That's right.
Okay. Because when it comes to the Pokemon generations, I pretty much still only know the first. And even then, not very well.
Yeah, don't worry. We'll get to it. Ooh, there you go. Now we start...
Roy's still taking no nonsense, but Greg is pretty fast and is getting a good couple hits in.
Yeah, while I would say Sora was pretty fast too, I don't know. Now it's starting to look like Greninja after that first fight. Well, I don't know. Maybe I'm just misremembering. I mean, Greninja did win. I just didn't know exactly how much he had won by. But
Yeah.
like I said, Roy's got to start dodging and picking his shot.
Ooh, very well timed final smash there. From the mid-air. Ooh.
Yeah, see, there it goes again. It looks like he's going to run up to him from behind and hit him.
Oh! Oh, unfortunate.
Ah.
Oh, Roy. I had such high hopes for you.
I don't know. He was my pick, but at the same time, I didn't assume that he was going to give away the store right at the very end.
Well, Saltman now has to take on Idris Elba.
I don't know how this is going to play out. Saltman, I would say that his best attack is that torch. That torch seems to deal way more damage than I would have anticipated, but in order to use it, he has to get close.
Yeah, that's right in his territory.
Yeah.
But I will also say, the Judgment, where he pulls out the hammer, it's wildly inconsistent, but if he lands a 9, that's pretty much an instant KO. Started off with the chair. It's actually funny, I was looking for Smash Bros. T-shirts, and I got recommended several from Redbubble, and one of them actually was Mr. Game & Watch with a chair, and it just had the caption, "Give him the chair." Oh!
Unfortunate, but not unexpected, really.
Yeah. Game & Watch is also really strong when he has his comebacks.
Another problem is he tends to telegraph his moves. He's not very quick.
No. There we go with the final smash.
Give me that.
Oh, he made it back. I wasn't sure if he would. Oh, no.
Unfortunate, but more or less what I'd expected.
Jay Saltman.
I know.
I pined for you.
But sometimes you just gotta take these things as they come. He'll be back.
He will definitely be back. We have not seen the last of Jay Saltman.
And you never will, if I have anything to say about it.
Alright, let's see if Lauren can keep up her momentum here. And Wisdom needs to pick up some momentum, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
Maybe he could stand to learn a thing or two from her.
He is the only remaining Link now, or the only remaining Legend of Zelda character.
True. You know, something that was pointed out, every fighter, when they like swing their swords or swing a punch or anything like that, there's always like a swoosh effect.
Yeah.
Wii Fit Trainer is the only character in the entire game who does not have any like swoosh effects ever. It's not looking good for Lauren. Yep, there she goes.
Yeah.
Right as she had gotten Final Smash, too. For half a second there, it showed the arrow still sticking out of her chest. It was just like, "'Tis but a flesh wound."
Proper breathing exercises will help you ignore having your sternum punctured.
Yeah.
Now let's try it together.
Oh, unfortunate. To the knee.
Oh, there you go.
I guess he really did step up his game.
He did. And hey, credit where it's due. Wii Fit Trainer, you actually stepped in and fought. You now have my respect, but that respect is not unconditional.
You have earned some of my respect.
Yes.
Wish.com crom. Wish.crom.
Done.
I nailed it. One of the games that I know Rob was compatible for was it called Gyro?
Gyromite. That was the one.
Gyromite, that was it. Before I decided I was going to retrain Mr. Roboto, I thought about just training a second Rob Amiibo and naming him Gyromancer.
Yes.
Which I do have a second Rob Amiibo. There are actually two different Rob Amiibos because there's the one that's the silver colors like we know here in America. But there's a second version that's like the off-white and red colors like they have in Japan that are colored to be like the Famicom.
Ooh.
This is also basically we have Crom at home. He's coming down slamming on his head.
Does not compute.
Point blank range.
Oh god. Imagine that. Just you're running in there with the sword. You're gonna get the last hit. He turns around, his red eyes. Does not compute. Boom.
Round 3.
Let's go ahead and get this show back on the road. We have Inkling and Cloud. Inkling's been kind of popping off, honestly.
Yeah,
More so than I expected.
surprised me.
Well, let's see if that can carry through or if Cloud is going to continue to dominate.
I would say I don't have a horse in this race, but I don't like Cloud very much.
He is the, iconic Final Fantasy character, but the more I learn about Final Fantasy, the less I don't know what the word is, whether it's like the less I respect Cloud or the less like. I guess really what I'm trying to say is I wish they would have other characters that they would focus on.
If you played Final Fantasy VI, there is a laundry list of fun characters in that one.
Yeah, because like me being somewhat of an outsider of Final Fantasy, most of the characters I know, Cloud, Sephiroth, Tifa, Aerith, all from Final Fantasy VII.
Taba, you have a Final Smash, I think. Use it.
She doesn't have Final Smash yet.
Okay, well, never mind then. Well, that's unfortunate.
I can't even remember who that other Final Fantasy character that I kind of know. Oh, Lightning, which I think was 13?
Yeah, I think so. Well, I stopped paying attention after all the games and characters started looking exactly the same.
Almost a little afraid to see the damage. Okay, well, the damages were somewhat consistent.
Even enough, but I prefer it flipped around, so that Cloud would be gone.
K. Rool and Undertale. Honestly, if anybody has a chance of standing up to Undertale, it might be K. Rool.
Yeah, K. Rool's...
And then if K. Rool doesn't win, it would be Undertale versus Cloud. Which, that would be an interesting fight, I'm sure. I honestly don't know who to expect in this one to win. K. Rool's been pretty formidable, but Undertale has been just...
pretty dominant.
Exactly. Okay, I have a little bit more of an idea who to expect to win this one. Well, they both have final, actually. Oh, K. Rool missed his.
And paid for it.
What even happened there?
Well, Final Smashes are nil now, so...
Yeah, that's true.
It's the raw power of K. Rool versus the gotta charge up power of Undertale.
Yep. Oh, there it is.
And there it is.
King K. Rool moves on. Ooh, an even 300%. That's almost 100% more than Undertale did.
Far more orderly than you'd expect.
Alright. Similarly, Greg has been pretty wild, and Idris Elba has been pretty powerful, so I suppose we're gonna have to see who comes out on top here.
Yeah, hard to tell this one. Of course, now I, by default, have to cheer for Me Brawler, because if Me Brawler doesn't win, it means that my boy fell to a loser!
GW went out for nothing. Ooh, that was such a quick grab, I barely registered that it happened.
Yeah.
I just ran up to him before I knew it, he just threw Greg. The
Alright,
sounded like Gollum there.
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay, he's really fighting back now.
Uh-oh.
And a really good fight. Oh, 2 final smashes.
Alright. Come on, Idris. Freaking...
Oh, no!
Ugh, why do you do this to me, man?
There have been so many wins that have happened just because the other fighter fell off the stage.
Why did you do that? I mean, maybe you were a lot of recoveries and whatever, but that was such a disappointment.
It's funny, in Breath of the Wild, Link does go up against several constructs that are very robot-like. So I guess that's what Mr. Roboto is here to represent in this fight. It would be fun to have a Rob victory.
It would be interesting, but I don't know if I can really depend on that yet.
He throws a gyro, Link throws a boomerang.
They both throw spinny things, but one's an air spinny thing, the other's a ground spinny thing.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
Rob.
There you go. Unfortunately, I don't know if that's going to help because he's already taken a sizable amount of damage.
Yeah, that's true.
He was doing far better at the start of the fight.
Yeah, so far. Link has gotten consistently better with each fight, too, though.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Ooh, he missed.
I missed.
Oh, no.
Did not miss that time. Rob, you put in a good fight, but I mean,
I love his clapping animation.
Semifinals.
Can K. Rool take out Cloud? Is this his Final Fantasy?
all right, Cruel, you and I have virtually no relationship whatsoever, but
We have a request for you.
yes,
K. Rool is pretty tanky, so he stands a chance.
there
That's
you
what
go.
we love to see. Oh! He came back with a drop kick.
How, that is not the kind of move you expect to see from someone of that build.
Not at all.
He's doing a livesy walk.
He was just casually strolling up to him there, too. Oh, K-Roll, 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 come back. Okay, you know what we want to see, K-Roll.
Hit him.
Come on, K-Roll.
Use it.
There it is! I think this is it.
Come on. Come on. Yeah!
Defeated is the monster.
When it's cold and gray, push the clouds away. Paint a rainbow in your heart.
I love it. Now it's Greninja versus Link. I don't know who would win this one, honestly. Greninja, who's been somewhat consistent as it's gone on, but Link, who's gotten better with each fight.
Link has got more projectiles, I think.
True. Very true. Someone pointed out to me not that long ago that Sheik, the character, has only been in one game.
That is... Well, wait a minute. What about the Hyrule Warriors? Was Sheik in that one?
I actually don't know. I've never really seen anything about Hyrule Warriors, but Sheik might have been in that. But in terms of like the mainline Zelda games, Sheik was only in Ocarina of Time.
Yeah. It wouldn't shock me if Sheik was in Hyrule Warriors, because Hyrule Warriors seems to like pride itself on having all these different characters from all these different games. It's for versatility. All right, even up.
Yeah, they made Hyrule Warriors. They also made a Fire Emblem Warriors, which was basically that same concept of pull everybody from every game into one game. Oh, Greninja wins.
All right, Legend of Zelda is out. Zelda is going to have a long, glaring talk with Link when they get out of there.
You've got to be kidding me.
Final.
All right, well, I don't really have a... A, I don't know who will win this one. B, I really don't have a horse in the race.
I don't really have a horse in the race either, but if I'm being perfectly honest, I'm kind of leaning a little bit more towards K-Roll.
I mean, when he hits very, very hard.
Yeah. He may be at a disadvantage, though, because he is big and he is slow. K-Rool has a very strong start.
Yeah, it's true, and I don't know. I guess I really haven't been paying all that much attention to Greninja.
Oh.
Does he have the... Ooh!
Karma. Another
Unfortunate.
character taken out just because they couldn't get back to stage.
Yeah.
Although that one was way closer to recovery than the other ones have been.
I don't know how much power Greninja has. Does he have what it takes to knock K. Rool off of the platform?
True. K-Rool certainly seems to have the power to knock Greninja off.
Yeah.
Just keep sucking him up and shooting.
Jeez!
That was so fast.
It was as if, like, Chomps says that this little guy has no business being in the final.
Oh, man. He entered that fight and said, I'm about to end this man's whole career.
Oh, jeez. That was not the most intense final battle that we've ever seen in one of these tournaments, but
Possibly one of the funniest.
yeah.
The champion is King K. Rool.
I love that sassy. Now you listen to me.
That pose he does. We haven't had a Donkey Kong victory, but we've had a character from Donkey Kong.
Long live the king.
Long live the king indeed. Well, in that case, there is still one more fight that the king has to prove himself in. Let's go ahead and get all the champions together.
Let's do it.
So first off, we have the champion of our very first Amiibo tournament.
Pikachu!
Damn boy!
Dat boy is back! And now, the champion of our second tournament.
Luigi!
I'll be perfectly honest, I forgot he's still wearing the costume that I put him in for the Christmas tournament, but it's fine, it's still him. And then the champion of our third tournament.
Palutena!
And then the champion from Untitled Amiibo Training Series Season 1.
Mithra!
And then we also had a few side tournaments in the meantime. Champion of Tournament of Swords.
Beast Sword Fighter!
The Christmas Tournament champion.
Min Min!
We also had the Tournament of Beasts winner.
Bowser!
And now, finally, our latest champion.
King K. Rool!
This should be an interesting one.
It's an all-out war between all the champions we've had.
3, 2, 1, go!
Who will prove themselves the ultimate champion? It's going to be a bit chaos here at the beginning with a lot of different fighters.
Gotta say, Bowser and K. Rool. Well, K. Rool more than Bowser probably has an advantage, because unless they all team up on him, he's a very tanky guy who's not prone to being knocked off.
Yep. Same kind of goes for Palutena. She is extremely tanky. I don't know, honestly, who will win this one. Oh, K. Rool and Bowser are the first two to lose stocks, surprisingly enough. Oh, and there goes Min Min and Luigi.
This is the kind of thing where you need to pull a Bobby Heenan. You gotta step back and let everybody else eliminate everybody else. And then when just the one guy left with one stock, field goal to the back of the head and you win.
They're really loving that one edge. Oh, I think that was Me Sword Fighter got a good couple hits in there. Oh, speaking of which, Me Sword Fighter lost the stock. I think so far it's... Well, I was about to say something, but I think so far Dat Boy is the only one who hasn't lost the stock. But he is looking a little worse for wear. Oh, I'm not even sure what happened there. Someone landed a crit. Okay, who's Bowser going to target? He went for Me Sword Fighter and somehow got Min Min instead. And K. Rool lost the stock again. Our newest champion isn't doing so hot. Oh, Palutena getting a lot of them there. Oh, and now that's Chomps down to a single stock. Oh, someone has a hammer. I think, is that Min? No, it's Mithra who has a hammer. Even though she's technically Pyra right now. Somehow she switched into Mithra and then just immediately pulled Final Smash without me even seeing the switch. Bowser down to a single stock now as well.
I suppose that's something I didn't take into account, is that despite the fact that they're the big ones, they're also the biggest targets. So
Exactly. There is something to be said for that.
coming down to it now. But Chomps is
That's
out.
Chomps out. We have Redemption and For the Win-Win are both down to a single stock each. Oh, and Palutena a single stock. Oh, there goes Min Min. Oh, now Mithril a single stock.
Uh-oh, that might be it for... No,
Okay,
no.
not yet. Oh, this could cause some real damage. This might be Redemption out. Oh, nope, surprisingly no. Okay, that boy is the only one who has more than one stock at the moment. Oh, and there's Bowser gone.
Yep.
Oh, that boy. Oh, true to theme, that boy fell off the stage.
Become quite the kerfuffle on that side of the board.
Yeah, no kidding. Oh, Luigi's gonna make short work of that, though.
Uh-oh.
None of them were taken out, though. Oh, Mithra, this could potentially take Palutena out. Oh no, she's still alive. Barely, but she's still alive. Oh no, that boy!
Oh,
He fell off the stage again. Man, he was in the front for so long. Oh, there's Palutena out. It's just Luigi, Mithril, and Leliana left. Uh-oh.
it's down to Luigi and...
Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
Not looking good for Luigi. Oh! I thought he was dead there.
Yeah, that was scary.
I don't know if he can do this. He keeps dodging all these hits.
Keep
but
dancing.
One good hit's all it takes. Oh, how is he not? Oh no, she's got this. Oh, Waluigi has been.
Oh
summoned.
no! This is the worst assist trophy that could possibly show up.
This is. Oh, this is. I'm at the edge of my seat right now. He's hanging in there. Oh, there it is.
No!
Mithra is the champion of champions, it seems. And for once, she actually ends a fight as Mithra.
That is... Wow. That was quite a battle.
No kidding. Honestly, like, even though he didn't win, I think Luigi had the best performance out of everybody here.
I don't know what would have happened if it wasn't 1v2.
Thank you for taking this journey with me, Dover.
Hey, it's always a pleasure. I'm with you.
You want to tell the good people in the audience where they can find you?
Well, if you're looking for some weird, not even nostalgia, if you're looking for weird video game shenanigans, you can find me at New Doverport TC on Twitch.tv. I play video games, I get mad at them, and I don't really know what else, but if you tune in, you'll find out.
It's kind of a bittersweet moment. This is the end of Untitled Amiibo training.
Unless, of course, they release more Amiibos.
I mean, yeah, if they release more Amiibos, then that might be a thing, but for the foreseeable future, they don't have any plans for that.
Well, what comes next for Sam?
Well, this won't be the end of Smash Bros. Stuff on the channel. I will still periodically do little tournaments and mini tournaments. Like, I have a few that are planned out that I'll be doing in the somewhat near future, but I got a few real-life things to settle out before then. But yeah, once again, thanks everybody so much for joining us.
And until then, just remember...
Not what you expected? I'm cute as hell, so who cares?
Yes. Ho! Yahoo! Okay! Ha! Oh, yeah!